So with the Obama administration having already sent over $200 million to the Syrian rebels, which as the London Guardian reported are trained and commanded by Al-Qaeda terrorists, the media hailed Mitt Romney's speech this week as a skewering indictment of the Obama administration's foreign policy and a signal that we can expect a huge sea change if Romney wins the election. So, did Romney announce that the United States would immediately cease all material and physical support for the Syrian rebels, most of whom aren't even Syrian? Did he condemn the Obama administration for backing Islamic extremists who hate America? Did he denounce Obama's policy of aiding some of the individuals from the same groups that attacked the US consulate in Benghazi, who have now crossed into Syria to try and replicate their NATO-backed insurgency as they did in Libya? The same Al-Qaeda militants responsible for terrorist attacks that have killed hundreds and injured thousands in places like Damascus, Aleppo and Homs? No, he said this.
In Syria, I'll work with our partners to identify and organize those members of the opposition who share our values, and then ensure that they obtain the arms they need to defeat Assad's tanks and helicopters and fighter jets.
So what values in particular is Romney referring to when he speaks of his support for Syrian rebels? Is it these values? How about these values? Or is it these values? Or how about these values?
Human Rights Watch says it has watched at least 25 videos on YouTube, and on those videos it sees security force members allegedly confessing to crimes that they committed, but that indeed these statements were made under duress. In addition to this, they have footage that shows that the opposition have been executing people in their custody.
Or could it be these values? Or is it these values?
Along with the arrival of foreign fighters is something even more worrying. The growing number of suicide bombings is evidence that Al-Qaeda is here as well. Their infamous black flags in a growing number of videos coming out of Syria.
Or on the other hand, is Romney speaking of these values?
He's driven towards the city. He's told all he'll have to do is drive the truck towards a government checkpoint. What he doesn't know is the truck is the one that's been rigged with a 300-kilo bomb. The rebel fighters intend to detonate it remotely when he approaches the checkpoint. He's being tricked into being an unwitting suicide bomber.
Or is it these values? So Mitt Romney, which of these values do you, and by extension America, share with Islamic extremists? Is it burning US flags while chanting anti-American slogans? Is it flying Al-Qaeda flags? Is it forcing prisoners to become suicide bombers? Is it torturing prisoners? Or is it carrying out terrorist attacks?
In Syria, I'll work with our partners to identify and organize those members of the opposition who share our values.
Are these really America's new values?